Hi friends, hope you're doing fine. In our previous lecture, we have discussed rights in the Constitution, fundamental rights, and we have learned all 6 fundamental rights in detail. In addition to fundamental rights, we have seen directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, and some other topics. And in this lecture, we will see election and representation in detail. Of course, it's a very integral part of Indian polity or Indian Constitution, and these are the important topics we are going to look at. Different methods of election, characteristics of election, provisions for free and fair elections, and electoral reforms. So let's look at the topics one by one. First, elections and democracy. You know what election is? Election is the process of electing members to the parliament or to state assemblies, right? Then what is democracy? Democracy means rule by the people. Rule by the people. It's a system that consists of people have the authority to being a part of the legislation or legislative process, right? Or in other words, we can say it's government by the people, for the people, of the people, right? Yes. So democracy, there are two types of democracy. One is direct democracy and second is indirect democracy. And in our previous lecture we have seen direct democracy means people can directly participate in the process. But in indirect election means indirect democracy, people send their representative or representatives to the assemblies, right? And direct democracy, example ancient Greek and Switzerland, okay, is a good example for direct democracy. And how does direct democracy work? With the help of mechanisms like initiative, right? Yes. So direct democracy means direct participation in the decision making by the people. People can participate directly in the decision making process or policy making process of the government, right? Yes. And another example is referendum. Referendum and initiative are mechanisms through which they implement direct democracy. People can participate in the decision making process, especially decision making process directly. In Switzerland, they do direct democracy, but in India, it is indirect democracy, right? How the government takes decision by the members of the assembly, right? Parliament. Yes. So it is indirect. We send our representative or representatives to the parliament, and they take decision on behalf of the people of India, right? Yes. Hope you get the difference between direct and indirect. In indirect, people get the direct participation in decision making process, but in indirect, like in India, we do not get direct participation in decision making process. Instead, we send our representatives and they do take decision on behalf of the people, right? Yeah. Then this method, the method followed to choose these representatives is referred to as election. Of course, we know that election should be free and fair. Election, the process of election should be free and fair. And for that, we have an institution called Election Commission of India. Is here in India, okay? Yeah. Next is election system in India. Our parliament consists of two houses, Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, House of the People and Council of States. Lower house and upper house. In lower house, that is Lok Sabha, the election process is, the election system is first past the post. FPTP, right? FPTP, yeah. First past the post. And what is it exactly? We have seen it already. The candidate who is ahead of others. A candidate who is ahead of others, who crosses the winning post first of all, is the winner. I've given an example, right? In a race, with only one prize. That is what first past the post is. Winning candidate need not secure a majority of votes. No need of getting or securing majority of votes is here in first past the post. It's also called plurality system. It's also called plurality system. And hope you understood what first past the post is. Okay, this is what actually happened here in Lok Sabha, okay, and in state legislative assembly. Yeah. So one who crosses the winning post first of all will be the winner here in first past the post. The system exactly we can see in Lok Sabha as well as in state legislative assembly, okay. And the second is proportional representation. This is what actually happens in Rajya Sabha and state legislative council. Okay, yesterday we have seen, in our previous session we have seen bicameral system, right? Our parliament is an example for bicameral system. Bicameral means two legislators, right? Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. When we in the context of what state assemblies, we have state legislative assembly as well as state legislative council. Okay, yeah. So in this system, a party gets the same proportion of seats as its proportion of votes. A party gets same proportion of seats as its proportion of votes. And what is the meaning of that? It is not first past the post, right? Here what counts is the percentage of votes or the proportion of votes. For example, if a party get 60% vote, that party may get just like, okay, for example, for the sake of understanding, let's say 3 seats. Okay, 3 seats. Another party get 40% votes. That party get what? 2 seats. It's based on the proportion of votes. Hope you understood it, right? So it is not like first past the post. It is proportional representation, and proportional representation means based on the proportion of votes. The seat or the seats are based on the proportion of votes a political party gets. Hope you understood this. This is exactly happens in our Rajya Sabha as well as in state legislative council. Okay. Now let's look at first past the post and what proportional representation, the differences in first past the post. So for the sake of understanding, it's always you have to relate it to first past the post to Lok Sabha and what proportional representation to Rajya Sabha. Okay. Yeah. So in first past the post, small geographical units called constituencies are made, right? Small geographical units called constituencies are made. Then in proportional representation, large geographical area, entire country may be a single constituency. For example, okay, in a state like Kerala, there are 20 seats in Lok Sabha, but there are not that much, only 12 seats in Rajya Sabha, right? What it shows is in first past the Lok Sabha election, it consists of small area, small geographical area, but in proportional representation, it is large, right? It is large. And in some other countries like Israel, it consists of entire country may be treated as a single constituency. Okay, yeah. Then every constituency elect only one representative. If there are 20 seats in a state, in first past the post, there will be what it elects 20 representatives, right? Yes, 20 representatives. So in first past the post, every constituency elect only one representative, but in proportional representation, more than one representative may be from one constituency. More than one representative can be elected from one constituency because it's just based on proportion of votes. Okay, a political party gets, yeah. Then in first past the post, vote for the candidate. We vote for the candidate, but in proportional representation, we vote for the party, not us actually, the members, right? Okay. Then example for first past the post, UK and India, and for proportional representation, Israel, Netherlands. Okay. Hope you understood the difference. First past the post in Lok Sabha and proportional representation, not proportional representation alone. Here proportional representation with single transferal system. Okay. Yeah. We are coming to it. So these are the differences in first past the post, Lok Sabha and PR Rajya Sabha. Small geographical area constituencies, the other may be large, or a single country itself can be a single constituency. Then we elect only one representative, but more than one representative can be elected from one constituency in the case of proportional representation because it's based on proportion of votes. Seats are based on proportion of votes. Okay. Then we vote for the candidate, but in proportional representation it for the party. And okay, examples for FT what first past the post, it is UK and India, and proportional representation Israel and Netherlands. Okay, yeah. Moving on, Rajya Sabha elections. So it's based on single transferable system. Single transferable system. It's also called multi-winner system. That means multiple candidates may be elected or will be elected in
single transferable system. Let's look at the topic in detail. Every state has a specific quota of seats. In Rajya Sabha elections, in our upper house elections, Rajya Sabha is a permanent body, Lok Sabha is a temporary body. Lok Sabha elections happens in every 5 years usually, but Rajya Sabha, it is a permanent body. But what happens is, what 1/3 of the members are getting what their tenure got over in every 2 years, right? So Rajya Sabha election is a continuous process. Then every state has a specific quota of seats. Voters are MLAs in the state. Yes, that's another difference, right? And in Lok Sabha, we the people participate in the election process, the electioneering process. But in Rajya Sabha election, we don't participate. On behalf of the people, voters are MLAs, member of legislative assemblies, are the voters for Rajya Sabha elections. Okay, every voter is required to rank candidates. Please note the point, candidates. Every voter or every MLA is required to rank candidates according to her or his preference. That means in the list there will be multiple candidates and you have to rank them like 1, 2, 3. Okay. But in first past the post or in Lok Sabha election, we do elect only one, right? Yeah, we do cast the vote for only one candidate. But here in Rajya Sabha election, MLAs cast their vote to multiple candidates on a priority basis. Okay, on a priority basis. Let's think like, there are 4 candidates and you can mark it like 1, 2, 3, 4 based on the preference, right? Yes. So to win, candidate must secure a minimum quota of votes. Of course, to win here in Rajya Sabha elections, candidate must secure minimum quota of votes, and this is the equation for securing minimum quota of votes. Total votes polled by total number of candidates to be elected plus 1 and whole plus 1. Okay, this is how we find the quota of votes or votes. Then the process, single transferable system, proportional representation with single transferable system is simple. It is simple and suitable for stable government. And of course, FPTP system is also simple and familiar to ordinary voters. Okay, so these are the 2 types of elections: Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha, first past the post, and Rajya Sabha, proportional representation, right? Single transferable system. Hope you understood the logic of both the elections, right? Yeah. So next is reservation of constituencies. Reservation. What was the condition? What was the scenario in the British time? It was separate electorate at British time, right? You know what exactly separate electorate is. You might have learned the very same concept in history. Actually it was put forward first time in 1909, Morley Minto reforms, and separate electorate means it's based on the religion. Okay, it's based on the religion. For example, separate electorate for Muslims. What is the meaning? The very meaning is only Muslims can vote for their candidate. Okay, only Muslims can vote for their candidate. That's what separate electorate is. No other religion can engage in the voting practice. Okay, so separate electorate was formed for various religions at the time of British. It was their strategy to communally separate. Okay, yeah. Anyway, we are not going to it. So separate electorate was the mechanism for election at the time of British. So Minto was known as father of communal electorate system, right? Yes, you know it. Then adopted a system of reserved constituencies. But after independence, we adopted a system called of reserved constituencies. What is reserved constituencies? You might have heard of reserved constituencies. That is, the seat or a seat will be reserved for a particular community. Okay, a seat will be reserved for a particular community, and in just to have women empowerment, or to make it in practice women empowerment in Panchayat Raj institutions, seats are allotted for women, right? Yes. So here it is for various communities, particular community, all can vote. Unlike separate electorate, all can vote here in reserved constituencies. We all are voting, right? Yes. Then candidate must belong to a particular community. candidate must belong to a community or particular community, but everyone can vote. Okay, the constitution provides for reservation of seats in Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies for SCs and STs. Okay, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Yeah. Then delimitation commission. It's a very important commission. It deals with election system, right? Yeah. So it's appointed by the President of India, and its main task is drawing up the boundaries of constituencies all over the country, reserving the quota for reserved seats, working in collaboration with ECI, Election Commission of India. So these are the different working procedure of what delimitation commission. Okay, drawing up the boundaries, reserving seats or quota for reserved categories, and they work in collaboration with Election Commission of India. Okay, yeah. Then universal adult franchise suffrage. And what is this? After crossing certain age, an adult can cast his vote. That's what universal adult franchise is. And it was 21, and it bring back to it became 18 in 1988-89. Yes, democratic election requires all adults must be eligible to vote in the election. An amendment in 1989 reduced the eligibility from 21 to 18. 21 to 18. It was 21, but yeah, it came down to 18. Okay, these are okay for candidate to participate in Lok Sabha or assembly elections. Candidate must have 25 years of age. Okay, and for Rajya Sabha, for participating, okay, yes, participating elections in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, President, Panchayat. For Rajya Sabha it is 30 and President 35 years. If a candidate want to participate in a presidential election, he should complete 35 years. Okay, yeah. Then Panchayati Raj institutions, PRIs, it is 21. Village Panchayat, okay, 21 years. Then Independent Election Commission. One of the key features of Indian constitution is Independent Election Commission. It is very essential to have free and fair election, right? There must not be any control over Election Commission of India. If it happens, okay, if there is any control or any kind of influence on Election Commission of India, for a political party, it will be easy to get into the system and to win election, right? So in India, one of the key features of constitution is that constitution provides provision for Independent Election Commission. Okay, yeah. The main task is supervise and conduct elections. Then Article 324 provides for Independent Election Commission for superintendence, direction and control of electoral rolls and conduct of elections. You know what electoral rolls is? The list of voters. Okay, voters list. Yeah, electoral rolls and conduct of elections. Then Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners are appointed for a period of 6 years or a term of 6 years term or continue till the age of 65. Election commission or commission can be removed only by the President of India. Then next is special majority. What is special majority? There are different majorities you might have heard of. Simple majority, special majority plus states consent. Yes. So simple majority means majority of the parliament, majority of the house. Okay. Yeah. Then special majority means 2/3 of the those present and voting, 2/3 of those members present and voting, and simple majority of total membership of the house. 2/3 of those present and voting. That's the first point. 2/3 of those present and voting, and the second point is simple majority of the house, the total membership of the house, and with the consent. If it's related, or in when we take it the context of federal structure, okay, federal structure like in GST or in some other structures, sometimes when it affect the state matters, the matters of the state or states, it needs or it require what? The consent of the states, okay, different states or concerned states, or authentication of states. That's the third majority. So simple majority, special majority with consent of the states. Okay, so hope you get it. Yeah, so these are the topics we have done. Let's look at the topics one by one. Yeah, elections and democracy, direct and indirect. Direct people directly participating and indirect sending representatives, first past the post, Lok Sabha, proportional representation Rajya Sabha, single transferable, we what MLAs vote for multiple candidates on priority basis. Okay, yes. Then reservation, it was separate electorate, but nowadays it is reserved constituencies. Then delimitation commission, universal adult franchise, then independent commission, election commission. Okay, so these are the topics related to election and representation. So hope you understood everything. It's a very easy topic. Easy, of course, it's an easy topic. Just go through it and prepare notes. And one more thing, you have to keep, you have to fairly read your Indian Constitution work. Okay, yeah. Then prepare notes, of course. So this is all for the time being. See you in the next video. Take care.